What's up, guys? Another episode of Pixel Effect here, Dark Visor, and tonight's video, I don't know if it will be a touchy subject. We're just gonna jump right into it. So as many of you know, I plan to get Crash Team Racing, the new game coming out. And I've been looking forward to this game. Me and my sister grew up on this game. I love it so much. The first 4 Crash games were my favorite. Some like Crash Bash. You know, I didn't care for it too much because I felt when Naughty Dog left is when the quality in the game dropped. Like, Crash Bash was fun. Don't get me wrong, I bought it. It was like the last game I bought for PlayStation that my parents got me before the new system started coming out, you know. But like I said, me and my sister didn't have many games growing up. And again, like I say all the time, not because we couldn't afford them, because our parents didn't want us playing too many games, but Crash was one of those series like Sonic, where every game our parents got it for us for Christmas or my birthday, and Crash Team Racing was my favorite. We loved the heck out of that game. We would play together. We finally got 2 controllers. You know, we race each other, we battle each other, and it was just so much fun. I miss those days, you know. I really do. I miss, seriously, it makes me sad. I do miss those days, me and her playing together and stuff. But anyway, they've been showing a lot of new stuff off in the new game remake slash reboot. It's a remake, not reboot. Forget that. And yesterday they finally showed off a new, like, the end feature. Basically, something I've wanted to see in this game. They've kept everything true to form. They kept the same stages, everything. But it seems they have taken out the trophy girls. And basically what they were 4 characters tied to certain groups of characters in the game. And when you won a race, they would basically hang you the trophy off. They didn't even hang you the trophy. They were just there with your team. They would spin an umbrella, stick your nose in your face, and then all they did was literally just point to you, say you won. In recent gameplay footage, they've shown what happens at the end of a race, and they're gone, basically. All you do now, you just get the trophy. Like, I don't know, it puzzles me. I can't understand it, guys. I really can't understand it. But they took them out. I don't know why. I have 3 different reasons I can think of why they took them out in the game. And I'm just typing this up real quick. Because I need to get this right the first time, or else I'll get yelled at. You know, when you beat the game, like I said, they were neat characters. They all had names, though. They were Isabella, Megumi, Amy, and Liz. If I'm not mistaken, Isabella was for Crash, Coco. You know, I'm just going to pull each one up. I'm sorry, I cannot remember the teams, because honestly, Megumi and Isabella were usually the ones I got. My sister usually got Liz. Let me see who Liz goes with, because they each go with a certain characters. It doesn't say who Liz goes with. They didn't put that in here. Okay, I know Megumi for a fact goes to the villain. She goes with Engine, Trophy, Dr. Cortex. Amy goes with God. She goes with a lot of people. Most of the animal characters, I saw how I was contradicting myself with that. She goes with some of the animal characters. She goes with Tiny, Dingle Ripperoo, Papa Papu, Komodo Joe, Pine Stripe, Penta Penguin, Fake Crash, and Nitro's Oxide. And Liz went with, it didn't say. I want to say she was Polar and the Tiger, Coco's Tiger. I forget the tiger's name right now. She went with those 2. I know for a fact she went with those. And yeah. But the thing is about these characters, I don't know why they were taken out. See, they weren't just trophy girls. That was just a name fans unofficially gave them, because unless you beat the game, you would not know their last names. You wouldn't know their names. Like I said, I've beat the game several times 100%, and it's fun because it tells you backstories of each one. And each one, they're not just trophy girls. They actually have lives outside the game. But then again, it's the 90s where people had more fun making games and weren't worried about offending people. I know one went to do like modeling, I think. Yeah. Liz went to pose for Bandy Boy magazine, which is a play on Playboy magazine, more than likely. Amy, let's see what she did. She became a racer, and she said in her story she was sick of giving out trophies and she wants some of her own. She became a racer. Megumi made a perfume called Udakut, and it had the scent of fermenting wampa fruit. So she made a business off of that. And Isabella landed a part-time job at Baywatchers. So she was basically kind of like she got a TV show contract. But the thing is, with each one of these characters, they were based off real women. And this is one subject I try not to touch, because I try to keep drama away from me, and it gets harder and harder every day, guys. It's seriously annoying. I miss the days where you didn't have to just play around fire so much. But anyway, they were based off real women working at Naughty Dogs back then. Isabella was based off the product manager for Sony Computer Entertainment Europe at the time of CTR's release. So yeah, she's named after Isabella Tomatis is her name. Like I said, she was the product manager for Sony Computer Entertainment Europe back then. Megumi was based off of the marketing manager for Sony Computer Entertainment Japan for the first 3 Crash games. And she actually developed a dance or Crash that was used in TV ads and in the game. So not for her, we wouldn't have Crash's crazy little dance, which me and my cousins loved to act out when we were little because it just looked so funny. Liz is based off of Amy. God, can I say this? Amy hang on, let me get it wrong. Matsumura Blair. Okay, Amy Matsumura Blair, who was the marketing manager of Sony Computer Entertainment America at the time of the game. And Liz was based off of the PR manager, Liz Ashford, for Sony Computer Entertainment Europe at the time. Like I said, so each one was actually based off actual women who were tied to the game, And it was nice, to have characters based off of, I guess they enjoyed that. And to see them not in the final game, like I said, I can't understand why they took them out. Keep everything else and added some characters that look completely stupid that were from the later Crash game, Nitro, whatever it was, the second one. That, I don't know why they would add those idiots and not these characters as racers. Seriously, I doubt anybody's gonna play those idiots from the second game. Why they didn't add these characters as racers, I'll never know. I would love to have seen them as racers, because in this Sausage Fest, I hate to say it, I would love to see more girl characters. The race ass, my sister would probably like that, because she would always pick Coco or one of the animals, Sometimes she'd get Crash, not get fake Crash when we play against each other, but she'd like that, I think. But no, we get some butt ugly characters from, like I said, the sequel that I doubt anybody's gonna care for, and yet you take these characters out. And like I said, there's only 1 or 3 reasons I can think of that took them out. The first reason, which I'm gonna go for the lightest, is since it's not Naughty Dog working on this game, and I'm not sure these women are still tied to Sony Computer Entertainment, that they didn't want to put them in there because they didn't have them in the company anymore, and they weren't Naughty Dog. So that could be a reason. And if Naughty Dog had remade this, maybe they would have put them in here. Like I said, that could be the lightest reason I can think of. 2, they could still be coming into the game later. Doubtful. Like I said, they have podium animations, and I guess it would take too long to have them do the little wave and stuff, and they're trying to keep it short, so they took them out. That could be another reason, I'm thinking. Again, a light reason, which I still think is stupid. Why would you take a character who literally spends all but 4 seconds on the screen wagging her nose at you and points to you? It wouldn't have took that much effort to put them in there if you can do all this other stuff you're putting in the podium presentations now. And the last reason is because they're seen as offensive, because they're girls handing out trophies to other people, mostly guy characters. And I hate to say that, like I said, it may not be the reason, and like I said, I don't want no drama, but it honestly seems like one reason they took them out is because they were seen as offensive. because they have literally avoided mentioning anything about these characters. Just these characters now. They've come out and like teased other characters, and they come out and shown video gameplay of everything else in the game except them. And they've always seemed to avoid the trophy presentations until recently, you know. And I want to think that's not, I don't want that to be the reason, but I think I got a kind of a feeling that could be, as like I said, they were seen as offensive because they're trophy girls handing out trophy to mostly guy characters. That could be it. And they didn't want them in the game, so people wouldn't come out and make articles saying, oh, they're still thinking like the 90s where girls got to give out stuff, which no, you could have had them do that and still been racers. But like I said, nowadays, when it comes to defending people, you got to be careful. And since it's not a Japanese company working in the game, of course, if that was the reason, like I get and said it was, it makes sense why they would bend the knee and give in to that pressure. You know, that's why I like some Japanese producers who come out and go against the raging tide to do what they want. Kind of like, what's his name over Tekken? One of his new characters, the cosplay idol, you know, everybody was freaking out when she was first announced, and he was like, well, I guess you guys want giant muscly men in your games and stuff. And people got mad he did that, and he's like, I could care less. You know, this is my character. I want her in the game. There she is. Same for Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive actually came out with the update recently that puts like, what do girls call that? Not latex. Spats? What do you call them? Kind of like those, they're kind of like latex. Spandex, latex. One of those two things that girls put on them. I don't know. But they put them over their undergarments so it won't be offensive and you can play the game at tournaments without seeing them jiggle as much and stuff. And some people are calling it a safe filter, basically, because they didn't want to offend people in the West. That's the only reason. It's the West. Always the West. They don't want to offend us, you know. They don't want us to be upset. And that's why I like guys like the Nier producer. And they asked him why did he make, you know, 2B. So basically slash cute slash hot. I prefer cute. And he said, basically, I like girls. That's why. I like looking at girls. He likes girls. And he just came out and said that, you know. I'm like, bravo. Stick to your guns. If you want your character to look like that, go with it. Stop worrying about offending somebody. And like I said, this could be me blowing it out of proportion. It honestly could be. But like I said, for them to avoid showing these characters off for so long, and for them to finally show off gameplay and actually show the win podium without those characters in the game anywhere, even like the character select screen's been shown, they're nowhere to be seen in the game. If they're not in the final game, and like I said, and it's not for one of the first two reasons, then I know it's going to be the third reason. Like the only reason they took them out was because they were afraid they were going to be offensive to people who probably never played the game back in the 90s and could care less about Crash Team Racing, and are those people who nowadays come out and complain about stuff who either aren't fans of the series or don't play it, you know, kind of like people who complain about Dead or Alive being too, you know, I guess, what do you call it, sexitive? That's not actually a word, you know, like, well, have you played any Dead or Alive game? Even in the first game, that's how the characters are made. That's the series, you know. Don't jump in at 6 complaining that they look too sexy, because that's what the series is based off of. That's like jumping into Soul Calibur 6 and crying that Ivy wears too little. That's her character model, you know. That's what she's built off of. You know, it's like people who say Shantae's a little too sexy, you know. Well, I can understand your worry. Shantae is a belly dancer. That's what typical belly dancer attire is. You won't see somebody wearing blue jeans and a jacket trying to belly dance. That's not how you belly dance. You get hot, you have to dance, and it originates from the actual land that they're trying to portray actually in the Shantae series, you know. So of course she's gonna look kind of like that, you know. But like I said, nowadays, it seems, to me at least, it seems game producers have a harder and harder time to make what they want without somebody somewhere being offended by something. And again, guys, I could be blowing this out of proportion, but as someone who's followed Crash since he was little, and was like one of my first PlayStation games that I was able to own, and as many nights I spent in years playing CTR with my sister, because it was one of the only games we had, not seeing these characters in the game really disappoints me if that's the reason they took them out, because I guarantee the people who are upset will probably play the game for no more than 1-2 months at most, and could give two craps less if those characters were actually in the game in the end. Honestly, people complain all they want, but at the end of the day, they don't care. They're just looking for things to complain about. You know, there was a YouTuber on YouTube, I was at work, who was trying to troll people saying that they're glad they're not in the game because, you know, it was back from a time where people were sexist and women shouldn't be giving out trophies. And it's just, it's dumb, guys. It really is. But let me know what you guys think. Like, when did you first start playing Crash? Did you play CTR when you were little? Do the trophy girls offend you? Do they not offend you? You know, honestly, if they do, just let me know. Just talk. I'm one of those guys. I just want to talk. You know, talk to me. Do they offend you? Do they not offend you? Let me guys know in the comments, and you know, we'll go from there. And yeah, all right, guys. Well, that's it for this video. But until later, I will see you, because I cut my AC off so it wouldn't cut on while I'm making this video. And my thermostat right now says it is 87 degrees in here. I'm dying. So I'll talk to you guys later.